Okay, I think we're live now.
Okay, good. Hey, everybody. How you all doing? Thanks for dropping by. And so, Robbie, what you end up doing this weekend? You
Man,
still moving?
I've been working on stuff on the computer and my browser reset for some reason. I've lost all my links and everything that I had on here. It upgraded the Chrome version that I had on here
Yeah,
and trying to get all that straight because it had all my StreamYard links and everything else.
gotcha. Sorry about that. That was me. The browser opened.
No problem.
Yeah, so we've had some really bad thunderstorms come through Richmond, Virginia, and Robbie, there was some lightnings that hit. It looked like my tree next door got hit.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, it was horrible, and the power went out early in the morning. Like Sunday morning around 8 o'clock in the morning, the thunderstorms rolled through, and we're out of power by 9 o'clock in the morning. And luckily, it was a little overcast that day, but I'm telling you, it was no fun. We were out of power for a day and a half. We just got the power back this afternoon. Luckily, I have a gas generator, an old Coleman 5500 watts, and so I can power, the refrigerator, the freezer, air conditioning, some fans, small air conditioning, those portable units that you see on wheels. You move around your house. You just put the
Yeah.
vent out the window and a drip line somewhere, and you're good to go. But
Yeah, I was curious how much it would run because your house is huge. There's no way a generator is going to run all that. I mean, they
yeah,
make them, but
yeah, yeah, it was. Um, yeah, so what we ended up doing is just kind of segregating the bottom half of the house so it wouldn't go up. The you know the cold air wouldn't go up. It would stay at least downstairs. So we just camped out. Really, it was like a camp out.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, I'll tell you, generators are so important today, and especially if you know how to hook the things up. My brother had one when he lived out in Sanston, and his was set up for every time the electricity went off, it would flip and turn his generator on automatically. And
Yeah,
he had like an old gas one that sit outside for like 10 years, but it all up until like the last year, everything was automatic and it would just start up and it would run the basic stuff that he had in his house.
I have the backfeed part on my generator, but I haven't done the backfeeding the house. From so you have to install another breaker box and
Right.
remove your breakers that you want to power up over to the new circuit box,
Yeah. Hmm.
the new panel. And like you said, so usually they're automatically switched over, but you can have a manual switch too.
Yeah, it would take a lot. I would say it would take a huge generator to run your whole house because you got a big house. You got a
Oh,
lot of power in that thing. I mean, you got what, two? You got two hot water heaters. Hell, most houses only have one.
no, I like that, I guess. Um, so it looked like Matty Joe World's here, and Aki Asher's here, Ray Kelly's here, and Mendez drone up. Hey, Jose, hey, how you doing, buddy? I am just gonna verbally acknowledge you guys, and then later when I get a minute to type, I will say hello. But thanks for dropping by, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I'm gonna do that myself. We're going from 4 to 5, so. Yeah, and Barry's here. So, what's going on, Barry? Sorry to hear you crash your little mini, buddy, but it looked like it wasn't too bad.
We all been
Well,
there, Al.
yeah, we've all been there. Yeah, Four States Aerial Photography's here. Good day, good day. Thank you or good evening, I should say. Matt Bagwell, we had a chance to fly together 2 weeks ago. I was just looking at the video, man. You want to see a little bit of it, Robbie? I'll put it on there
Yep.
if you want. If you want to
Pull,
see
pull
it.
it up and let's take a look at it.
Okay. Let me see what number it is. 993.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna let everybody know. So we got the new YouTube channel set up finally, and they approved
Oh yeah.
everything. Got the
Hmm.
cell phone number hooked up to it, working great. I think we had 11 or 12 people sub to it, and then the next morning I woke up to check to see how many subs, and it says this account has been deleted. because violating copyright, I'm not copyright, but violating, I don't know, a rule or something like that. Couldn't figure out what it was. So I thought, well, I just need to log into the new Gmail account I made for it and do it. And every time I did it, it said you can't use this phone number. So I was like, hell, maybe somebody owned my old phone number or whatever the situation. So I got in with chat and talked to the guy, and he's like, "Hey, we'll escalate it and we'll see if we can get it fixed." And I didn't think they could do it. And of course, last night I noticed when I logged back in, they sent me an email and they said, "Hey, we got everything straight. You're up and running. Just remember the rules." Don't really know what happened, but they got it back up. But this morning, for some reason, my Windows 11 computer updated the browser, and when it did, all my links are gone to my shortcuts, and everything is like it wiped out some of my passwords. So I'll have to go back through and I'll send that link later for you guys to join the new channel. And that way on July 1st, we'll be able to actually start the new one and work our way back up to us. But at least now we have access to the YouTube studio. So
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you're going through that pain. It's always painful when you do a switch like that. All
yeah,
right, so this is the Air 2S flying away, and we're all acting silly. You see Rodney Bell, Matt Bagwell, myself, and then Brad B-Rad right next to it, Brad Olson, the infamous Brad Olson right there. And this weekend, Brad Olson got his Mini 3. He got it on Saturday, and I got to play with it a little bit on Sunday with him. Unfortunately, the video that I was taking at the time was on my phone, and the phone call came through and terminated my video without my notice, so it was kind of sucky. But yeah, this is a really, really good day. And as you know, um, Matt just uses Autel products to fly because of the no-fly zones in the area that he works at in Norfolk, Virginia. He does request all the necessary certs or to fly in certain locations. And lately, he's been posting some pretty interesting videos. I noticed that he posted a very nice photos of fireworks over Norfolk. And man, they came out good. The Autel cameras are super nice. There's no doubt about it. Um, they're very good. But with that said, the Mini 3 camera is really nice too. And paired with a controller, it's just a whole package. Yeah, you're going to spend $1,300 for the whole package, but you're going to get the value out of it. It is quieter than the Mini 2, by the way. Much quieter. And
what'd you think of the controller?
the controller was sweet, really sweet. The only downside to the controller was, they make you use different sticks that you screw in. But I'm like, ain't no freaking big deal. And the first thing that I'm going to do if I decide to purchase it is going to get a ruggedized case that's waterproof. And so with cases like that, you normally don't have to ever take the sticks off anyway, because you usually slide them, next to the drones, kind of, vertically in, right, not horizontally, and
Yep.
and it works so well. But if you're looking at the picture here, you can see that I'm holding my iPhone 13 Max Pro Max in that setup there.
Yeah.
Downside with the Apple devices versus Android devices the Apple devices just in the hot weather they just start dimming your display
That's what everybody says.
without notice, right? And
Yep.
even though you're cranked up all the way, they're smarter than you are, and they prevent you from giving you the brightness you need, and you end up very dim. You can barely even see because they're smarter than you are. And so I wish it would have an algorithm, you know, bypass switch on it. Um,
Yeah.
so the migration to the Apple device wasn't that bad to me. I mean, there's three things that I really do not like about Apple devices versus the Samsung device. And number one is when you open a lot of tabs with the iPhone, you have
Uh-huh.
to swipe them all out throw them away. On an Android device, you can hit one button and say close all. That's one
Right.
thing I don't like. The other thing I don't like is the fact that transferring storage back and large files in and out of that phone is such a pain in the butt. You have to go through iCloud, or you're going to have to go through some file sharing program, or even upgrade it to your um, maybe your Google Drive. So all those steps are a pain for me, because in the past, with my older S10 Samsung phone, I would just pull
Yeah.
the SD card out. That's secondary storage is basically just throw it in my computer and just freaking rip it right out of there at 80 megabits a second. So, a 4 gig file, it'd take 3 minutes and I was done. Now I got to go through this convoluted way of spending like a half an hour to get 8 gigs out of that freaking thing.
Yeah.
So I'm carrying two phones most of the time now. So it's unfortunate. So what are your thoughts in the chat about the phones and why they're such a pain in the ass to have them on? You know. And the lastly, so I named those three things, right? Closing the tabs, storage transfer, and now the dimming is the other thing that I'm very disappointed in. But other than that, everything else works fabulously. Really does. You get really used to it. It's kind of like so ergonomically and intuitive that you don't have to really worry that much about figuring things out. So Matty's Drill World is Samsung for life, he says. I agree with you, man. I still got my Samsung, and I use my Samsung on my Mobile 3. I still have the Mobile 3. I want the Mobile 5 because it's got that extension pole on it. So when you do the selfie walks, you're not looking like this in the camera, you know what I mean? I might just sell my 3 for $80 and then just come up with an extra $50. Drone Views Media, hello. He's saying hi to Robbie and Al here, so appreciate you guys dropping by. Yeah, so we really did have a good time, man. We had some really, really good. I was thinking about cutting this thing up a little bit, right about here, increasing it to about 1,000% after that kick. The kick in the groin, and just let it just rip really fast and just post it as a short.
That's a great place to fly right there. I mean, great.
Yeah, it is. So Brian Singleton he sent me one of his Hollystone HS360 drones that he got. Oh my God, what a frustrating flight I had with it.
Really?
I almost lost it, Robbie. It went about this far, and it just sat there, and it wouldn't come back. And so, I had my gear sprawled all over the place, and so I was like, all right, you can stay up there. If you fall, I don't care. And Brian,
How'd you get it back?
And it just sat there and didn't drip much. And since it's a GPS drone, it held its position, lost some altitude, but it was pretty high. So I packed up my gear, put my backpack on, and started walking toward it. And finally got close enough to regain control of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
Hey, DeMarco's coming by. Bob Casey's here too. Thanks, guys. Yeah. So I had to walk to it, Robbie, and I finally got it back. And then I was like, okay, I have another battery, so I don't care. We'll do the rest of the view with the second battery. So I did a second, felt a little more comfortable with it, not to fly that far away. 300 yards, you're pushing it with this thing.
Oh, really?
Wi-Fi link, and 300 meters, you're pushing it. You're either going to get a flyaway or it's going to do something wonky and run into something, So I got it back, kind of line of sight flight all the way back, and it just kind of tried to hand catch it, and I was like, no way, this thing's just too freaking spaz. It was a spaz. And I figured out that when you get these low-end drones down to like less than 20%, they become really spazzy. It's almost like a flying FPV drone where your voltages continue to drop,
Yeah.
but their tolerance must not be so good, and they voltage drop, and then everything starts like almost like your brain overheating. It just starts hallucinating and steering and looking at this stuff, right?
Right.
Cooking your brain, right? Well, I guess you're cooking it with low voltage and high current, right? Because if you remember Ohm's law, is an inversely proportional um, equation. So as the voltage goes up, current drops, and so forth. So as voltage goes down, current increases, and so you end up frying crap. So anyway, I got it back. I did the rest of the review, and then right at the end, it started cooking his brain with the low voltage again. And this time, I was like, I know what you're gonna do, and I just like literally slowly descended it right into this nice little soft hill, and then I walked over there and got it. I'm like, I'm done with you. I'm done with this thing. I was just not happy. So that was my kind of like Friday. It was a beautiful day though, gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. Unlike today, it was like 50, 80% humidity. Just freaking, you go outside, you're like, oh man, I don't want to go do pull-ups or sit-ups. There's no freaking way I'm going to do those inside today. No, it was like that.
Yeah, here we only go out in the mornings and in the afternoons. If you went out here during the day, I mean, the sun would just eat you up. I mean, it's on an average, I'd say on an average here, it's about 99. I've seen it from 99 to 105, right in that range. It's just too much.
Gotcha.
It's too,
So you see what Joe Views Media is saying. He flew his friend's Mini 3 today. Still waiting for mine. For some reason, he hasn't got his. That sucks. I'm sorry.
says he has the range issues there.
Yeah, yeah. And Greg Pittman just joined. Hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, man. So hope to be up in the north, I guess, the northeast drone meetup in July. Yeah, kind of mid-July, late July. I can't remember. Um, and then after that, we have the other meetup down Minefield, right, in August.
Yep,
So, guys, Robbie and I are gonna put together a meetup, and it's gonna be
exactly.
somewhere in Virginia, okay?
Yep.
And
And we're going to call it Mid
Mid-Atlantic Drone Meetup,
Drone Meetup.
Mid-Atlantic, okay? Nobody steal it, or I'm gonna go over there and kick your hiney. We're gonna start up,
Well,
and you,
one change that we're going to do on this that I think is important that will make it good for everybody is uh, we're going to set up something where we provide food,
yeah,
where we
and
cook.
beverages.
Yeah, and
We'll have
beverages. Food. So when you go, because I mean, to offset that price, depending where you're at, to have that many people come and go to different restaurants, so we can work out something where we can do something to try to cook some meals in there for lunches and dinners and stuff.
yes.
We'll probably do a barbecue or something like that, and
How
do a
about a whole
barbecue.
pig,
Just
man? That would be good.
yeah, something like that. And then for breakfast, shoot, we'll set something up and do pancakes and eggs and something to kind of offset the price for you guys. That way when y'all come out and do that, and there's not too much we can do on lodging. We're gonna have to look and see and get with everything first. But we want to make it easier on you guys, and with that, we'll have some good prizes. We'll have some good drones,
Yes, yes,
accessories,
yes.
and we'll get some other sponsors with us too, and try to make it enjoyable for everybody to come out. And it will be our first meet for the Mid Atlantic drone event.
Yeah, and I see, Maddie. We're not saying that we didn't have food or drinks at the meetup in Florida.
No, we just want to. I want to get the big grill set up because we'll have our trailer done by then. So we'll have it set up with a big grill. So we'll be cooking chicken and other stuff, and it's free. A World Drone Community will provide all the food and drinks. All we need you to do is come out and fly, and maybe we'll get, depending where it's at. Maybe we'll get some porta potties or whatever else we need to do. We're still working on some of the stuff, but
Yeah,
we just
no,
want to make it.
is in flux right now, but we're definitely doing it.
Yeah.
Let's see. A couple people joined. John flying Flynn Media is here. Thanks for dropping by. We got Greg Pittman, as stated earlier, and Drone Life RC. Hey, what's going on? And I always love saying Akira Show. I don't know why.
We need to have him on the show. I've never seen him on the show. And when people hear that, they're like, where is he from? That name. Is it Japanese? Is it Dutch? I mean, what is it? So I was thinking the other night, that would be really cool to have him on to say, look, here he is. Here he is, everybody, because he supports us. He's one of us. He supports all the channels.
So I see John from Flying Flynn Media talking about hoping it's a firmware fix for Alan at Drone Views Media. So, what's going on, Alan? I must have missed that in the chat. But,
a couple of people have made comments on the Air 2S is latest firmware. When you do the firmware, it's asking you to reconfigure, recalibrate the RC controller or the controller itself. And now that I think of it, when I did my firmware on that, it told me to align it also, to calibrate it. But I just cut mine off and turned it back on because I had never seen the RC needing calibrated until I put those new sticks on there and had them too tight on there. But if you start your smart controller up, and I'm not sure if it's on the regular controller, if you start it up and as you're starting it up, if you hold one of the sticks when you start it, it sees it's not on 0 position. It'll ask you to do that.
Yeah.
But mine did too, because I remember now that it did say firmware updated. It didn't seem like it was a big firmware, but mine had the same issue. But after I turned it back on, it was fine. I didn't calibrate anything, and I flew with it. But some people said that they don't have, I think, the left and the right when they did the firmware without calibrating.
Yeah, it might have been prevent lateral movement flag was set. You know how you had that flag on DJI is like no lateral movement allowed. And actually, I was getting ready to open up a service call with DJI that I was like, hey, something's wrong with my drone. And that was that day we got caught in that heavy rain up in Living Hill Park. And we ran in the car and pulled the
day I told you, Al, this is not a good idea. Oh, it won't hurt the drone. It won't hurt the drone.
No, we didn't think it was going to be that bad. Remember? We thought it was going to be a little sprinkler. But Robbie and I were soaked to the bone by the time we ran to the car and flew our drones in from the cockpit to the car and then grabbed them and threw them in the car. Didn't even bother to save video or anything. We just ripped off the batteries and turned it off as quick as we could, took off the batteries, turned it upside down, shook all the water out, and started the AC full blast.
We got a lot of history, me and you, when we flew through the areas of Monument Avenue when all the Black Lives Matters was going on and they were like painting those statues, and then just to look at how the world went and they've taken a lot of the statues down. Me and you have a lot of history in our, if we went through and got all the video that me and you took through those months, man, we would have some incredible video to look back. It'd be like a look back on Time magazine or something.
You know what we need to do, Robbie? Just do a competition between you and I, okay? Just because when you enter video competitions like I've been doing in some of the local adventure festivals around here, they give you restrictions. 2 minutes is all you get. 2 minutes. You got to tell your story in 2 minutes, okay? Because the judges are going to be looking at thousands of videos, so they're not going to be able to do 20-minute videos, right, or 5-minute videos, because there's no way they can make a judgment on it all in a weekend. So, with that said, we should put a restriction there. We'll do a 3-minute video. You do a 3-minute, I'll do a 3-minute, and then we'll post it with all the videos that we've done together. And it's going to have to be a bam, 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 quick hitter, all the way.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to take a bio break, Robbie, so I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem. I see a lot of people in here talking about the Mini 3. What was it that I saw in here? Some of the people are saying there's some range issues with the Mini 3. What kind of range issues are are y'all having? Is it a certain area? Yeah, Drone Views Media. Yeah, I still have a lot of people that are, complaining about the delivery date on that. But they're popping up. Everybody's getting them. They're starting to pop up. So I'm not sure when your area is going to pop up because you're in a different country. But I mean, normally I would think y'all thought y'all got y'all's a little bit earlier. I know that Ross, and he's in where's Ross in? Ross is in Australia. He always gets his stuff early when he does his videos. Okay, Charles, no problem. Yeah, got back from the grocery store. Yeah, take care of the groceries as high as the prices are on groceries today. We're feeling it over here too with gasoline and stuff like that. I mean, we eat a lot of vegetables and stuff here. They're more on vegetables here than anything else in pork. But we have noticed the price increases on a lot of stuff over here. So here we go. What do we got? Haven't updated my Air 2S. I really don't want to do this one. It's flying just fine. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, mine did it automatically. I was saying before I didn't really recognize it when people were talking about the firmware update. And I guess I didn't pay that much attention to it because it was such a small update. It didn't take any time. I was actually out getting ready to fly. I wasn't at home. Like normally I'll turn it on and do a check and see, you know, do it from the house where they're, a decent size and use them directly through the Wi-Fi. But I was actually out last time when I did the update for that. So,
Yeah, and people are talking about hating to update the Air 2S stuff. I don't usually update it either. If it's flying well for me, I don't care to update it because most of the time it's just going to be that stupid, database for no-fly zones.
yeah.
And
So
always
the
will try to update where you're in a new location to update all those no-fly zones.
yeah.
Screw it. I'm not doing it.
Well, I'm going to ask the people in here that did get the Mini 3 or have ordered the Mini 3. My
Yeah,
question to you is, if you got it, what's your favorite part? I mean, is it the controller? Is it all about you love the controller, or do you love the drone, or do you just love both? That's the
yeah.
thing I want
Love
to
to hear
know.
their feedback. Yeah, agreed. And it looks like Charles Glusky is,
Charles, yeah.
is come by. It looks like my dog is trying to get into my office. And I think he's locked out. That's good. Hey, Art, you're here, buddy. Hope you're feeling better, man. Sorry you had to spend some time at the hospital. That really sucked. But run, yeah, respiratory issues are no jokes, man. You got to take care of. JSK Enterprises is here.
I like his logo.
Yeah, it really is kind of simple and cool all at once, right? I don't know what it is for me. I like simple logos for some reason. I mean, I do like the Harley Davidson style logos too, with the skull and crossbones and all that jazz too. Don't get me wrong, but you know, if but these type of logos I really like. JSK Enterprise logos, super nice. Oh, that was last year. Oh, okay. I missed that part. I gotta laugh at myself. Sometimes I'm such a dingy guy, man. So that picture you posted was from last year. Got it. Okay.
Do you have any footage from where you and Brad flew?
Yeah, yeah, and actually, I was just getting ready to do a video comparison between because what Matt Bagwell, well, not on the Mini Three, not the Mini Three footage. I don't have any of that, but Matt Bagwell and I did a flight all the way to this climbing wall across the river. It's like
Uh huh.
three quarters of miles away, and then You look down. Let me see if I can find that. I think it'll be interesting because it's going to be a video comparison. We both did, automated flights. I did the droney, and I forget what they call it. Autel is called what? Flyaway or something? I can't remember. Um, so
Force
yeah,
State's aerial photography, yes. I'll send out to everybody the link. I'll be posting this week on Facebook what the new link is, and just sub to it, and we'll let you know when we're going to start live streaming over to the new channel. It'll be very soon. My browser's all kind of screwed up on the computer today, and I don't have all my links that I had up on the top. They're gone, so I've got to go back and get the right links, or I would post it now. But I'm going to wait. Not a problem. Everybody knows. We'll run this channel until we get enough of our subs over to our new channel, and then we'll start off on the new channel and we'll get rid of this one. It's the same thing. Instead of it being World Drone Community, it is the World Drone Community. That's it. It's got a different logo on it. That's it.
okay, so I'm gonna put in the queue here, Robbie, a file of the climbing wall. Which this is the pylon that's on land that used to be this bridge that got replaced. So as we do the droney with Air2S,
Yeah.
Matt did a droney with his Autel Evil Light to do the comparison between the two. Okay. And so the bridge pylon that you see there that people are climbing on was replaced by the bridge that you see on the left. Okay. And you gotta get a feel of, you know, where the bridge would have been started. Right here is it. And yeah,
Is
so
that the walking bridge? Is that the walking bridge over the water that leads to that?
yeah, so you'll see the walking bridge here on the right, and this is the walking bridge on the right, and then what you'll eventually see pop up on the left is that. Let me see if it's updated. Oh no, you have to play it. Yeah, you'll have to play. Or would I? Do I have to play it? I have to play it. Sorry, you
I
can
thought
play
we
it.
could both do it. I clicked
Yeah,
on
you
it.
can do it. Yeah, yeah. So on the right, you see people running, and you saw that
Yeah.
figure run by, and then you see all these people prepare to climb the wall. I think they got tired by then or having lunch or something. And that trail around the back, that's a biking running trail. So you have to share it with the bikers and the runners and the walkers. So you have to be careful. That's a cool logo right there, man. Like it, Akirasho. Yeah. So let me see if I can find you another file. I'll go ahead and pull this
Okay.
out. Because the next file that I wanted to play was that video from Matt Bagwell's Autel Evil Light Plus.
Okay.
Um, but for that one, I have to go to my Google Drive because she shared it to me via Google Drive. So I'm going to have to open up a new window, open up my drive, and get to it. So, anything exciting happened down in Florida, Matt? Did you guys get a lot of thunderstorms? Anything? Anything down there? Where did it go? I bet you Florida is freaking baking right now.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put in the chat the link if anybody wants to join us. Just throw it in there.
Yeah, good idea. I'd love to hear the story from the Marco in Arkansas and Matt down in Florida, and then we got Greg Pittman from the Midwest, and
I want
well,
Akirasha. I want him to join.
yeah, but jump in,
No
Akirasho.
one's seen him.
I would try to get him on, man. I don't know. We'll get him. We'll get him. All right. So where did that share go? I'll have to go back and look at the conversation. Oh, my emails. I know where to find it now. Email. Email. Yeah. Let's see that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, okay. So it's not the one I was thinking about. I think it still work. Let's see if I can download it. Open the document viewer. Download it. Yeah. Yeah. I should be able to download that file and we'll be able to play it. Let's see. What do people say? Hey, Doug Cooper showed up. All right. What is Doug saying? I guess they're having a major trouble
Trying to
trying to
connect.
connect. And we'll try again next time. Okay. So the down's going to be a little bit. I'll find another file that we can play. That's really
Okay.
nice. Okay. Yeah, that should work. Share file. And I want to share that last file. Did I share it? Share? Oh, I must have missed it. Share file. That one. Boom. Okay. It should show up in your queue. The browser's having trouble sharing your file. Oop. Okay. Let me try again.
Okay.
It might have been because I was playing it. Let me try again. Yeah, it's definitely. Let me see if it's the file. I'm going to try a different file this time.
Okay.
Let's open it. Yep, it's having problems with all my files. I wonder
Okay.
why.
I'm gonna share. I'll share something here. Uh, no, there it is. Al. I got it. Well,
It
no,
won't show up. Not the other ones. Huh, interesting.
yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, this is what's experimenting on how long the droning was going to be. So I think you can play it anytime you want.
Okay. Let's try it here. This
And
one.
this is, I think it was a 50 meter fly droney.
Because this is the one I think that we saw last time.
Last time we were really silly, like sticking our tongues out and kicking the
Okay.
air and all that jazz. So, yeah, it is not the file that I really want to share, really, but it is what it is. Let me see if I can try this again. Maybe. Nope, it's not going to fly. I don't know why.
Okay. I got one here I want to show of the area. I showed this on someone else's. I think I did it on Johnny's Coffee or something. 0456. Here we go. So this is the local market that's really close to where we're at. You see all the
Oh,
kids down there?
nice. Look
That's
at
where
all
they
the
sell all the food. So they're like open early every morning and open every late afternoon, and then they pack up and leave during the day. So these are temples. These are basically churches for people, I guess, that are Buddhist. And the community puts money together and they build these things. And a lot of this gold that you see on here is like really, really gold. It's real gold. It's not like gold paint. And I asked her how long, I think this one's been being built 3 or 4 years ago. They're still working on it. And I was like, well, when are they going to finish it? And she goes, well, when the money's there. So gradually, as people pay, they continue to build these.
that would make sense.
The architecture is pretty cool. You got to be careful flying around a lot of these places because this is a rural area here. And if you look around, you'll see a lot of cell phone towers. And it's not the tower, it's some damn cables that hold the tower up that'll get you because you can't see them.
Yeah, I know until the last second. And
Can you
like,
imagine putting that roof on a house? I mean, that's a pitch right there, buddy.
that's a pitch. Yeah, those are. You almost have to put on rappelling gear and climbing gear to do it.
Exactly. But you'll see them if you look at all the property, how far you see the images out. You'll see different ones. Like you'll see one on one side of the road, and then a different area, like a different part of the city, you'll have another one. So each little area's got like their own little area that they do this with. And where they make their money is they charge people to rent to bring their tents out to sell food, and that's where they get income. But what it does is it attracts people to get to where that temple's at. Kind of like the people that are Catholic, in Costa Rica, you never go by a Catholic church, and a Costa Rican doesn't stop and do the Catholic thing. I'm not Catholic, so I don't know. You understand. So they're the same way about this, but that's the main road. But that's like a back road. So you're looking at like a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit through there. So I'll always ride my bike through that area, but I never wear my helmet. You don't go fast enough. If I get away from there to a different area, I'll always wear my helmet.
Okay, so this video is actually coming from the Autel Light Plus, and yeah, it was an interesting flight. I think this might be it. Yeah,
The
so
light touch on the
actually,
net.
yeah, this is not the Nano. This is the Light,
Okay.
and he flew a lot higher than I did. And you can see all the rafts right here getting ready to line up to do the rapids. So they're right here on the James River, and they probably just finished doing the rope swing. And so he flew a lot higher than I did. And when he did so, you're going to see these buzzers, vultures. They're, I forget the name of them. Dang on it. Going senile, I guess. And you can see these broken pylons on the bottom. Those are for the old bridge that I was discussing earlier.
There's some
So we're
interference in
going
there
to
too.
the
If I remember.
smokestack. What's that?
There's some interference in there also. I think before that I noticed when I
Yeah,
flew near those pilings.
yes. And we're going to this smokestack here. You see the big smokestack one, right at, I guess, 1 o'clock. And he's adjusting and doing lateral flights, sliding right a little bit to get it dead center. But that's
That's
our
some
target.
distance there. That's
Yeah,
some distance there.
yeah, this is our target. We're going to get to this smokestack and we're going to circle it and hope to see each other as we're circling it without running into each other. We never know really until. The good thing if we ran into each other, we'd probably recover pieces from it, but not totally lose the drone. All right. What you're seeing there is the flood wall on the northwest side of the river. And you saw a bird in the lower right hand quadrant just go by. And this might not be the video that, yeah, yes, right. He's starting to increase altitude. I did not. I stayed low. And then the birds really freaked them out. And I think he turned around and came back. That's the end of the video. No, there's still more coming. It looks like he paused here a second because the cars are still moving.
I see the bird.
Did you just see that bird?
There he is. There he is. Yeah.
There's the other one. The first one
Yeah.
and I would have freaked out too. He just turned around and said, I'm
Well, we've had issues. Me and you had issues there too before with the bird. Because the
yeah.
first time that I asked you, you ever had any trouble with any birds? And Al said no. And about that time, here come one. And he was mad.
He wanted my mini then.
Yeah.
So he rose in altitude. I stayed low, and they chased him and not me. Okay, and he's like, I'm out of here. He boogied on back, man. And what you're seeing here, these waterfalls underneath, kind of, it's actually a sewer pipe running across the river. There's another shadow of a bird. There's a bird. Yeah, so I was flying just a little above the light. Oh, look, they're running the rapids right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could have tracked those guys all the way down their pipeline through the rapids that they call the pipeline. To the right is the Tredegar Ironworks. They used to be a ironworks for the Confederates. They used to make all the cannons and ammunitions for the Confederates here. Yeah, so I would venture to say he's probably a good 250 feet from in height above from we were, and this adds another maybe 100 feet. So it's like 350 feet high right here. And you can see them running the rapids right there. Yeah, pretty high. And there's Browns Island, one of your favorite places.
Yep. It's nice. Plenty of shade down there to fly. Nice flat area.
And that,
Nothing in the
yeah, and that's a place where you learn FPV in because you got open field, so you can make mistakes and not pay the price.
The first
Um,
time I started flying drones, if y'all see directly in front, on the left hand of that road, you see like a little sidewalk, and then you see it looks like there's green flowers between the main road up there, the first road down on the left. Me and Al were flying, and I was flying the Spark,
oh,
and
you
it
were
did
lucky on that one.
when it landed right here. There's water in there. It landed in like some tall monkey grass, and that was my first time. And I didn't, I crashed it. It went down, and I couldn't control it. And luckily, I had feed on the phone, and I was able to find it. But I landed right there in that, and normally there's water in there, and
Yeah, it
I
was a
was
little
scared to
marshy
death.
when you landed, so yeah,
Yeah,
we got lucky that day, no doubt about it.
there's a shaded area right there. Wow, trees have grown up too. Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually, Al, that's the same place that we tested your 4x4 truck, your remote control truck.
Oh my gosh.
Remember we raced it and we jumped the mulch on these trees.
And there's the gang sitting down, chilling in the shade.
God, Brad's so tall.
And you can see I still have the controller in my hand. He's sporting one of those nice Tyranify shirts you made for me.
Yeah.
He don't want to catch it. You know, he's like, no way, I'm not touching it. I remember going, yeah, man, it's pretty easy to catch. Don't worry, it's no wind here. And you got to learn to do these catches because you're going to fly in locations that you do not want that thing to hit the ground.
I love flying there because no one bothers you. No one ever comes up and says anything unless they want to know your channel or ask you a question. You don't ever have anybody coming and complaining, "Hey, where are you flying? What are you doing?" In that area, I mean, I never had anybody say anything. What about
No,
you,
most of
Al?
it, yeah, and like you said, most of the time they're going to go, "What channel is it?" Oh, yeah, you're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
open up your phone and here's the channel." And I mean, there's always somebody talking to you. You know, sometimes you're like, "Hey, I'm doing a review. Can I give me 10 minutes? We'll chat." And they're like, "Oh, no problem." You know, you hope you don't insult them, but and
Mhm.
they leave. But yeah, it's yeah, it's a very nice location. There's no doubt about it. They're super nice, and but you saw those big old buzzards, man. They are freaking huge. Their
Yeah.
wingspan is bigger than our wingspan. I think. You know, I mean, they're
Well, where did we go? We went somewhere up in the mountains, and I've talked about that. Remember that abandoned hotel thing that somebody was like, I don't know, living, trying to fix up? That's up there towards Charlottesville. We went to.
oh
Me
yeah,
and Al went to the state park one day, and we tried to fly. Maybe we flew. Maybe we flew in the
we
area.
did fly, man. We did.
You're not
We
supposed to
did.
say that you're not supposed to say that loud though.
Well, we flew from the
Maybe we did.
hotel.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
flew from the hotel. Remember?
Yeah.
And then we flew from. I think we flew from that lookout point right off 64, right after the mountains there. You know,
Yeah, we went to
and
one
you,
little
I
area.
thought it
You
was
got
going
to
to be epic video, but
yeah, you
you're
got to
so
like
freaking yeah, you're so freaking high. You don't see any details. You know.
well, it's hard because you stop. It's in a park and you can like park your truck and you can like walk through the trees. There's like a little trail and you can go off to like one of the rocks and fly off that rock a little bit. But you gotta watch where you fly because you push the limits on where you're supposed to be and where you're not supposed to be there. And we definitely don't want a problem with that up there.
Yeah. No, I'm totally get it, and I'm with you all the way on that. Definitely don't want to get in trouble over that. Um, Yeah, so I don't have that video that I thought I was looking for, which was that Joni that Matt Bagwell made with his Autel. Um, so I was impressed with the Mini 3, though. Really was, Robbie. Um, it really was impressive. It's
How's
expensive.
the build difference between that and like the other minis? How does it feel when I mean, does it feel hollow like the Mini 2 does, or does it
Yeah,
feel more
yeah.
solid? I mean,
Oh, it
it's gonna be
does. Yeah,
lightweight,
yeah. It does. It's all hollow. And they were really smart, too, by reducing costs by moving the antennas away from the arms. It reduced the wire length and therefore reduces weight.
right?
So instead of putting the wire all the way out to the end of the arms, they brought them all the way into the body, and it really doesn't make any difference as long as you got four antennas on there.
Yeah. Well, tell me about the gimbal on it. Tell me about the camera and the gimbal that's on the drone, because I've heard
Did
some
not
people think it
play.
moves the way it flips up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I was in such a hurry because I had gotten a call that the power was out at the house, and so I was like, well, I can't be having all these fun and I knowing that no air conditioning at the house, and I know how to, I have to get the generator online, get the AC online, get the refrigerator online, get the freezer online, try to get the router online so we can at least stream some videos while we camp out in this fairly nice big room. So I had to just leave in the middle of. I was literally using my phone to videotape. I was videoing Brad flying around line of sight, and he went from the cinematic mode to the normal mode to the sports mode, and right as he was finished sports mode, I'm receiving a phone call from, I think it was my daughter at the time. So it shut down my video. That's the other thing I don't like about it. It terminated my video on my
Really?
Apple phone. I love the camera. Oh my gosh, the camera is a fantastic camera. And the microphones are unbelievable too. So, because when I record with my Samsung S10 and listen to the audio, it's not as good as this Apple phone. So, the microphones on the Apple phones are amazing. Really are, Robbie. I mean, I was thinking, I don't even think I'm going to carry my M50, a Canon M50 anymore because I'm just going to use my S10 on the gimbal. Then I don't have to carry that big old freaking Ronin with me. You know what I mean? That baseball bat you
Yeah.
got to hang on to.
Yeah.
And it just, and then you add the 600 grams from the camera, and if you have a boom microphone on it, add some more weight. It gets heavy, man. I mean, it really
I
does.
understand. See you, Bob Casey. He's
Yeah,
running. Well,
107
look,
drone.
it's at the top of the hour, so if you want to do any shameless promotion, we'll end this and we'll be
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I know. Hoping people will drop by my channel, just check it out. Always love to hear what input and what people are saying about that. And really don't have a whole lot of promotion except for the fact that we need everybody to migrate over to the new channel, and
And
that we need.
I'll be putting the links out. Like I said, my browser's gotten rid of all my little drop downs that I had to send it, and I'll get it and send it out. I think just about all the people in the chat I'm set up to send to, but I'll be posting, and I'm also going to be posting on World Drone Community too. And just click on it and join. Get over to the new one. Once we get the subs, I think we got about 420, 425 subs on World Drone Community now. So the new one, last time I looked, when we first set it up, had like 11 or 12 subs that had already moved over. And I like it because it's a list and all your logos are on there, so I can see who's joined and who hadn't. So I'll look through and send you guys the links to that so we can get it. We need to get it converted and get it fixed. That way we can get to the YouTube studio, because we can live stream to this channel, because me and Al hooked up StreamYard to the back end of YouTube studio. But when I moved and we had the issue with the phone numbers and everything, we don't have any access to if we ever want to post a video or put information about an event or something like that. But like Al was saying before, we will start the Mid-Atlantic drone event, and we're trying to get our timing and everything set up. And then, we're hoping to get everybody to come out to that event, and we'll make it worthwhile with giveaways and raffles and everything else that we're going to do, along with food, to kind of cover some of the cost that you guys are having. When you're going to these other events, you got a hotel, you got to worry about all your meals. We'll try to help out on what we can with some of the meals, and we'll do some cooking outside. We just need to get our dates right and determine when it's going to be, and then we'll announce, what gifts we're going to do. We'll do some drones and GoPros, and probably some pizza
And we'll
cards.
post an agenda too. I mean, I know you and I talked briefly about the agenda.
Yep.
Obviously, have an agenda that we kind of can stick to. It's going to keep things moving and organized, and we'll have some interesting competitions, some rewards, and then maybe put a couple people on the spot and see
Exactly.
how they react. And
We might do a stage kind of thing, depending on if we're in an area where we have like a conference room at the hotel or whatever we're going to situate. We'll set up something, and we'll actually have, stuff scheduled for different people to talk. And we'll probably get some of the manufacturers that are making some stuff to come and show some of their stuff. And more than likely, I would say they would probably give out some of their products also. So we're going to make it, it'll be our first one, but we're going to make it big. We're going to make it worthwhile for you guys driving out and spending the time with us.
I just got this email from AliExpress, and it was interesting because they're showing that you can buy these trailers from the AliExpress, and they're mobile carts for like ice cream vending and stuff like that. And they're $5,000.
They're what?
They're like $5,000.
How big are they?
Let me show you the email. I'll share my my screen so you can see.
Because we bought a cargo trailer, and it's big.
It's big. It's actually 2 axles also.
Yeah.
And you can see here when you prop it up, it's $6,500. They call it the ice cream hot dog cart, vending carts, and it looks pretty big, man. $1,500.
I like the top of it because it looks like there's a standing room.
Yeah. Oh gosh, what just happened? Sorry. I'm not sure what had happened here. Let's see. Back to here. There we are. Here we are. Yeah, you see the size of that thing?
Yeah, it looks pretty good size.
It's got like a little plant room and all this other stuff. And
It looks bigger than it is because it looks like it's got a little porch. It looks like a mini house is what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I mean for $6,500. I wonder how much it costs in shipping. $1,000?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Right, and then so I then went to their site and try to find it. Shop for what are they called? Vending carts. And I'm gonna spell vending, so they're gonna have a blast with me.
And I want to thank everybody so far that has supported World Drone Community and started ordering their keychains and getting their pages up. I really appreciate it. And keep in mind, as you have events or different stuff, since you have supported us, we're going to start supporting the people that are supporting us, because we try to support everybody out there, but we need that returned in support. So you're supporting us, we're going to support you. That's the way it's going to work from this point forward.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ones.
So, I mean, oh my gosh, they're creative as hell.
Yeah.
The round ones? And this is the Airstream knockoff? What?
And I want hot dogs for lunch now. I've seen that.
Oh my gosh, look at Monjo over here. Under $5,000. What?
Oh, wow. Well, Al, look, we got to get off here.
Oh no, $8,600. $8,600 is what.
Everybody's getting ready to go to school and work here. It's morning time on my end. Okay, guys, look, we'll see y'all again in 2 weeks. I'll be posting each couple of days the link to the new channel, and just sub over on the new channel so we can get our subs over there. And then starting on July 1st, we're going to try to launch and do a live stream from the new one. But we'll keep you updated on what's going on. We just need to get as many people moved over as we can as we do that. And other than that, we're out of here, and we'll see y'all